real women of Philadelphia. I'm Lori, and I am very excited that you have come back to join me now that it's round 2 dessert week. I love desserts and I love dessert week, so I'm quite thrilled to share with you one of my best recipes that I've been working on since I was a young child. Peanut butter balls. These are chocolate covered morsels of the best combination of peanut butter and chocolate that the world has to offer. So let's get started on that and we can chat as we go. First of all, what I've got going in here is a 1/4 cup of margarine that's melting in a saucepan on medium heat. I'm going to get that all melted up along with 1 whole cup of creamy, smooth Kraft peanut butter. I'm going to get that mixed up and melted together, and while we wait for that, let me tell you a little bit about this recipe. When I was young, quite young now, I was 12 years old the first time I met my husband. I was going to my very first event at a youth group that my sister had been attending for over a year. Well, my future husband, my husband now, had been part of this youth group for a number of years, but I hadn't met him before. So this first event that I was going to attend was a beach party, and we were all instructed to bring something to eat. So, being very nervous at 12 years old, going to meet a whole new group of friends that I'd never seen before, other than my own sister, of course, I made up a batch of my peanut butter squares. That is the same recipe, but in bar format, which if you have a little bit more time for chilling, takes less time as preparation, but a lot more time in the fridge. So today we're going to make balls. Anyway, I made this recipe because it had become quite a favorite of mine. It was a variation of the same one we're doing today. And I took it to the beach party. Well, at the beach party, even before we even got there, just in the parking lot, as we were all meeting together, I was meeting all these new people and all these new faces. And word got around that I had peanut butter bars with me. Well, people started talking, well, why don't we try the peanut butter bars? Have you tried the peanut butter bars? Let's try the peanut butter bars. So I brought out the peanut butter bars and we let people try them right in the parking lot. Well, the people went on and raved about how delicious my peanut butter bars were. Well, you can imagine, as a 12-year-old girl, taking something she'd made herself to a group of new friends and having them so excited about it, I was thrilled. Well, eventually, the pack of peanut butter bars got over to this young man, who was about 3 years older than me. Well, he took one bite and he looked at me and said, "A little too much peanut butter, don't you think?" Well, let me tell you, love at first sight, it was not. However, that was over a decade ago, and now I can tell you that he is one of the biggest fans of my peanut butter balls, whether they're in ball format or bar format, and I'm sure that you're going to love them too. You know, it took a little bit of warming up for the two of us to get to know each other, but I think that my peanut butter recipe had something to do with it. Our next ingredient is what is going to be the smoothest, creamiest addition to my recipe. That's our Philadelphia cream cheese. Now you can use the light variety or the regular variety, and we are going to put 1/2 cup of Philadelphia cream cheese into our saucepan here. So that's 1/2 brick. I am just going to open up my original cream cheese here, split it into some smaller cubes, and then just mix it in to incorporate it. I find with the cream cheese added to the peanut butter, along with the other ingredients we're going to put in, these balls hold together their texture just perfectly. And when we add the chocolate on them later, you're going to find something that's going to disappear awfully quick on your dessert table. So I'm going to just keep mixing this and wait for this cream cheese to get nicely and smoothly incorporated. Okay, since my Philadelphia cream cheese was at room temperature, it's only taken me a couple minutes on medium heat to just mix this and stir it constantly and get it all melted together. Now I'm going to turn my heat right down to low while we add in our other ingredients. Actually, you know what? Let's just turn it off because we've got enough heat going here. And keep stirring it. I have 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs, which I'm going to add in all at once and mix it up. Once that is all incorporated in nice and smooth and uniform there, I'm going to add 2½ cups of icing sugar. Now I'm just going to spoon this in here a little at a time, probably in 2 batches is good, sometimes 3 batches is even better. And we're just going to slowly incorporate it until it's all mixed in and nice and smooth. Now, as I had mentioned before, you've got two options when it comes to this recipe. You can do a bar format, but that is definitely going to take a lot more chilling time. Or if you're a little bit pressed for serving time, then you want to do balls like we're going to do today. And that also puts them in these perfectly bite-sized little pieces. Okay, next step we're going to do is I've moved the peanut butter mixture from the saucepan into a separate bowl just to make it a little bit cooler while I'm working with my hands. Then I'm going to take single serving size portions of the peanut butter mixture and form them into balls in my hand just by kneading them back and forth, softening them up and pressing it together, and then rolling it into a nice cute little morsel there. Now we're going to place that onto a baking sheet or a serving tray lined with parchment paper or wax paper and set it into the fridge for about 10 minutes to 15 minutes to chill them in there. We're going to get about 36 little balls. So while I continue with that, I'll finish this up, set them in the fridge, and we'll meet you back here to melt the chocolate. Okay, now that we've got the peanut butter balls chilling in the fridge, I only got about 32 this time, I think. I made some of them a little bit bigger. So 30 to 36 you're going to get out of your batch there. Now we're going to work on melting some chocolate. I've got 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips in here, and we're going to melt them in the microwave. So what I'm going to do is toss them in my microwave oven for 40 seconds to start, but only on power level 3. And I'm going to keep doing this for about 40 seconds to 45 second intervals on power 3, stirring with a regular spoon in between until I have perfectly smooth and melted chocolate. During that time, our peanut butter balls are chilling. They should be done around the same time and ready to pull out. Okay, so my peanut butter balls have been chilling for 10 to 15 minutes in the fridge. I have got perfectly smooth and melted chocolate chips in my bowl here. I'm going to set the bowl to the side, and now comes the fun part. We are going to dip half of these into the chocolate. Just let that chocolate come off a little bit, tuck it underneath, and set it back on the serving tray. So we are going to put this dripping chocolate here. Now we only want to dip them half in because we want there to be a good balance between the chocolate and the peanut butter, and we need to make sure that the chocolate isn't going to overpower the creamy, smooth texture of the peanut butter. The creaminess and the smooth texture is also due to not only the smooth Kraft peanut butter, but also to the Philadelphia cream cheese. And it's because of the cream cheese that these little balls are going to hold together really well for serving and for eating rather than being a crumbly mess. The cream cheese is the secret ingredient in there that keeps them together. Each ball, now, oh, look, this one has fallen apart, which is great. I want to show you exactly how to fix this, so I'm really glad that this happened. If you have one that doesn't hold its shape while you're dipping, it's a simple and easy fix. Let me show you. There you go. It's like it never happened. Oh, did I say these were going to make 30 to 36 balls? I kind of meant 26 to 30. Well, I'm going to finish these up and pop them back in the fridge. They're going to need about 5 minutes of chilling time just to firm up the chocolate. Once the chocolate is nice and set, you are ready to serve. So there you have it. After another 5 to 10 minutes of chilling in the fridge, our chocolate is perfectly set, and we have a simple yet delicious and incredibly addictive dessert recipe for peanut butter balls that are sure to please. So I am going to put this little plate in the fridge and hope that enough of them make it through till morning by the time my guests arrive for lunch. But first, maybe one more little bit here. They hold together perfectly thanks to our Philadelphia cream cheese. And the peanut butter and chocolate balance is just perfect. So until next time, you keep cooking with cream cheese, keep creating amazing desserts, and I'll see you back here again.